Here we have some defending Germans and some Soviets who are going to attack them. In this situation, we'll mark things that have been spotted with red markers. In the beginning, the only things that have been spotted are the two trenches that are in the open. The trenches in the woods haven't been spotted yet because they're in concealment. However, even for those spotted trenches, the troops inside have not yet been spotted. Let's say the Soviet infantry moves up to this position, and the tanks move up here to support them as well. Because all of these units were moving in the open, each platoon will be spotted by the Germans. Now let's say that some of the German units fire. We'll mark these with smoke here. So the anti-tank gun fires, and a couple of stands of infantry also fire. At this range, the Soviet infantry spots these stands that have just been marked, including the one that didn't fire. It's just within range to be spotted, even though it's not shooting. At this range, they've also spotted the two trenches that are in concealment here. Once the infantry has spotted these targets, they're automatically passed to the tanks, so the tanks know that they're there too. Down here for the anti-tank gun and the other stand in the trench at the bottom, things are a little different because line of sight passes through this open blocking terrain. In this situation, the anti-tank gun that fired is spotted, but the infantry platoon that didn't shoot yet is not spotted. That's because of the modifier of the open blocking terrain of the tree line. Note also that the unit here behind the trees hasn't been spotted because it's not within line of sight. The woods block line of sight to its position. For spotting, it's also important when units become suppressed. For these tanks, because they're within 12 inches of a spotted personnel unit that's in cover, they will automatically be suppressed. They go heads down, hatches closed. Now let's say in a later phase, for whatever reason, the Soviet infantry pulls back to the woods. They're still spotted even though they're now in cover. Also, the tanks have moved forward to this position, and at the same time, another German stand has moved up through the woods into the trench. At this range, the infantry platoon at the bottom here is still not spotted by the tanks. The tanks are not helped by the fact that they're suppressed. Being suppressed essentially halves their spotting range. The stand that moved through the woods is not seen either because of the suppression effect on the tanks, reducing their spotting range. So both of these infantry platoons are still not yet spotted. Finally, let's say that the tanks move back behind the hill over here. When they do so, they will no longer be spotted because now they've broken line of sight with the enemy.